Yep, there it is. Have you seen this yet? Wooden motorboats, seen as an object of luxury, high class, prestige. These boats have been around since the 1920s, and they've had their fair share of pop culture and movie influence. From James Bond driving a wooden boat in GoldenEye, to the wooden boat chase scene in Indiana Jones, modern-day examples such as Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. Where are these boats obtainable to the average person? And if you do get your hands on one, fixing them can seem overwhelming. So how easy is it to get into one of these wooden boats?
I think it's surprisingly easy, and a lot of people don't know that there's actually great value in investing in a classic boat. Prices range, certainly from the low 20s to well over $100,000-$200,000. But if we could encourage people to look closer at the classic boat market, I think they'd find some great opportunities there.
Now, obviously not everyone has $20,000, $200,000, whatever it is, to throw at these boats. Guess how much this one cost us? Take a guess, you can put it in the comments. This whole boat, with the trailer, cost $1,500. Why did we get it for so cheap? We're gonna go over what you guys can do to find these affordable boats and build them just the same as you would a hot rod, rat rod, because these are sitting in the barn right next to the cars half the time. And it doesn't have to be a terrifying experience to start working on these, get them on the water, and start having some fun. And if you're into classic cars, these look absolutely wonderful behind an old car. We're going to do a series on how to restore these boats. I'm going to show you guys what it takes to get the engines fired up, what it takes to get the interior restored, what you can do to fix up any of the wood that's broken on it, so that you can recreate these gorgeous boats at your house and have some fun with them too. It doesn't always have to be the exact right hardware, the exact screw. You can just use what you have, get on the water, and just start having some fun. And again, for example, this doesn't come on this boat. These are actually incredibly rare, and they go for quite a few bucks. So you can take this off, you can buy one that you like, and you can put it on there. Easy as that. The boat can pay for itself. Think of this series as finding an old car, and instead of restoring it the way it should be, we're going to be restoring it as a rat rod. So this is going to be one of the first, I think one of the only videos on YouTube showing how to make one of these boats into a rat rod style boat, where you can put some effort, you can put some time into it, but you don't have to sink a ton of money. Now, why did the guy sell it to us for 1,500 bucks? Well, quite simply, there is a issue with the bottom of the boat. But that issue is he hit something, and that caused a little bit of a leak. So let's just take a look at that right now. Yep, there it is. You can see he's tried to silicone it, put some dowels in here. I don't really know what any of that is. Appears that he's attempted to re-silicone the seals as well. Now there's two types of bottoms in these. You have the old style, and then you have the new style. The old style would consist of your keel running down the middle, and then you would have planking going along like this. And then on Chris Crafts, they would actually double up that planking. So you'd have your top view like this, and then your bottom view would also essentially be like this. So you'd have two layers of planks running across each other, different axes, mind my drawing, and there would be cloth in between these on here. So every so often you have to scrape out the gap, put a new silicone, and reseal it. This style of bottom, the old bottom, they're called soak bottoms. You have to leave them in the water, they soak up the water, and that's how they seal. Now as for the new style, again you have your keel. It's really simple. This is plywood. That's essentially it. You have your plywood bottom, and to make it look like the old style, you can 5200, which is a product that seals and holds on marine wood. You can put your planks on top of the plywood bottom, and this style does not have to sit in water. The difference between the two benefits, this is great if you're trying to make a show boat, you're trying to win awards. This is great if you're just trying to get on the water and have some fun. And also, it's a lot cheaper. I mean, think about it, you're buying 2 layers sometimes. Most of the time on the boat we're working on, it's 1 layer of mahogany, or you're buying the plywood and then putting the mahogany on after. And you don't even have to necessarily install the mahogany on top of it. It can just be straight plywood. And that's exactly what we're gonna do to this boat. Again, this is a budget build. And thankfully, this style of boat only has 1 layer of structure. There isn't a second layer like I showed you, like the Chris Crafts have, that comes across atop these. It's just this 1 layer of wood. So in reality, all we have to do is pull the engine out, flip the boat over, take these planks completely off, cover it in marine rated plywood, seal it up, and it's good to go. It's that simple. You don't have to sit there for hours and hours upon days trying to line up the mahogany and putting in the cloth and putting in the silicone. You can just simply put a plywood bottom on this and get it on the lake. Now, as for the hole in the bottom, that's essentially unrepairable. That's pretty bad. I'm assuming that they've put silicone on the wood underneath here. You can see some of it's flaking away to try to possibly seal it themselves, but it's not going to hold. It doesn't have any sort of structure, and it's always going to leak. So ultimately, if the bottom is broken like this, you do have to redo the bottom. So there's the hole there.
Hey, what's going on?
Just taking a look at this boat. Have you seen this yet?
Not yet. Oh, that doesn't look good.
So yeah, thankfully this is a Century, so we can just take the panels off there.
We'll take the panels off, remove all the moldy wood, see what's going on, replace what we need, and make sure it's good to go.
Yeah, just look at that though. That's pretty nuts.
Look at all that crud. The other way? Oh.
Look at that. Yeah, that ain't coming out.
Brutal. Would this be black mold?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Don't breathe in too much.
This boat was actually sitting in a field for quite some time. This boat was sitting in a field somewhat close to us in the Okanagan area. You can see the weeds are kind of growing up into the boat. But again, this is no different than any vintage car that you'd find, and I mean, they look just as gorgeous. Look at that dash. Now, this boat came with the trailer as well, and don't worry, we are going to be changing the name from Tiger 3. If you guys have any ideas on a rat rod, hot rod sounding name for the boat, please drop them in the comments. We'd love to see them, and we might even pick one of your comments. So this thing's definitely got some debris left over from sitting out there all those times. Yeah, this will be a lot of fun.
Woo.
Love the dash on this boat.
Lots of piping over here. Like the color?
I do. I like that green. It's kind of doesn't show up well on the camera. It looks kind of blue, but it's that nice 50s seafoam green. We're gonna get the in-house pinstriper to add some flair to this too.
This is a Century, so what? They said like this panel is gonna stop here on this batten. That's different than any Chris Crafts. Like we don't have the battens in the ceiling, in the floor. Sorry. So that must be. I'm gonna see if I can see anything.
So yeah, the battens are the structural.
That's the first time I've seen this.
Oh yeah, are you seeing the bottom of it?
No, I've never seen this.
Yeah.
All right, that's the first time I've seen this. They just put some adhesive down the seams.
Yeah, I doubt they even cleaned it out.
It's pretty ugly.
Thankfully, all of this is coming off, so we don't have to attempt to restore what's there.
That is heinous.
So stay tuned. We got lots of exciting projects coming with this boat. Like I said, our next series, we're going to be showing you how to start the engine up, how to get it running, what to look for, and we can go from there. So thanks for watching the video, guys.